Hey everyone, it's Dave, and welcome back to World of Warcraft Death Knight. Now, a whole lot frostier. Yeah, that's right. This is the Frost build Death Knight. Because you see, there's three different Death Knight specializations in World of Warcraft. There is Blood, there is Frost, and there is Plague, or something like Plague. I actually don't quite remember what the third one was. I think it was something like Plague. But there were still a fair number of like frosty abilities, like freezing the ground around the Death Knight, or shooting like a short cone of cold air, stuff like this. And that is the sort of thing I've included in this build. So we got Zamor's Ice Storm, which totally works. For a Death Knight, we have Frost Stomp, of course, because that's definitely a Death Knight sort of thing to do. And we got Chilling Mist, another very Death Knighty thing to do. So we got our Frost stuff. Anyway, in my first tests in this game, this build is really something. 5,000 HP damage on one Zamor Ice Storm. Fun fact! Ice damage is magic damage. Okay, not a fun fact. Everyone knows this. But it also applies to your regular damage attacks. So if you got cold weapons, it will actually increase the damage. So I have a couple I got the talismans that are like magic damage plus. I have the potion that's the flask is all done up for No. Use this. This is what I want you to do. Damn it. For some reason, my guy got locked up in just using those regular attacks instead of just casting the spell.
I am the Lord of all.
So that's 7,000, or, you know, maybe it was the Frost. Woo! This is...
We'll return together.
I mean, I've had some pretty... I know all my builds have been pretty, limited, but this one is... I don't know, I don't think it'll work too well. I mean, I could try it as a test somewhere, but I don't think it'll work. I have another idea for Pirate anyway. If I get to the point I plan to, then I have a much more fun idea for Pirate. So, that is a spinning log. It got really far. How did he get out here? What hit it? Okay then. That log really wanted it to be on camera. There's a lot of different options when it comes to poison. I don't know how it'll work together, but so I do have some future ideas in mind. And of course, if you guys can suggest any other build ideas, you can just let me know. The only trick is it can't just be something simple as like, oh, do a Frost build, do a bleed build, do a Kung Fu build. No. It's got to be like a character from a movie or a game or something. Or even a class. Even more fun is when it's like a class. Like, for example, Monk from Final Fantasy Tactics. I was thinking about that one. Right? Because of Palm Blast. It kind of works like the Monk's Wave Punch ability. But there aren't enough abilities to do the whole Monk thing. I mean, there also needs to be like they have like a slash, like an earth slash or something. I don't know. It's like it shoots in a long line. So I don't know if I can possibly. Ooh, let's see if I can knock him off. Can we knock him off? Can we knock him off? I mean, we knocked him off, but he didn't survive. So those are future possibilities. It's got to be something like that. It also has to be a little refined. I got to be able to actually do it in Elden Ring and do it simply. Like, technically, you can recreate a lot of different things from different games and movies if I had enough buttons and keys for every single possible ability or combination or something, but I do not. I have it controlled. And even if I did have a mouse and keyboard, the game still has its own little systems that keep you from using like I bet there may be some kind of mod out there that allows you to bind like a spell for every key slot or every like number slot on the keyboard or something, right? But you know, I don't have any access to that, and even if I did, I still wouldn't use it. So because I don't want to have to think about all the spells anyway. So it's got to be something refined and fairly simple that I can replicate with just a few weapon ashes, a few ashes of war, a few summon spells, a few consumable items, stuff like that. And don't forget about reusable tools. I tried to do... Oh, and try and limit stuff like wizards, because wizards are... Unless it's something like Gandalf, which has a very, very specific build idea. Like, he doesn't just use any spell. He has a very small selection of spells, right? And that's swords. So that's something I can work with, but general wizard is just like, it's just any old wizard build. It says, oh, do this wizard from this game or movie. It says, yeah, but that's just like any old wizard build. So I'm not going to do it, because there's nothing unique about it. That's just me playing a wizard build. I haven't actually played a wizard build yet, believe it or not. But let's summon Sven. I just want to get through this quickly. I mean, I doubt I'll need the help, but really I should be using the dual wield, the dual axis. But this is such a perfect spell. I can't quite remember if the Death Knight has a spell like that, but I'm pretty sure I remember something like that created like a swirl of mist. I think it was Purging Frost or something like that, but that would just freeze everyone around it. Ow, you hurt. Oh, he's down. Let's just finish him off. La la la. Your magma has been cooled. What else is there? I got a big backlog, just you know. Oh, that's one thing I'm disappointed about with terms of PS5, and I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. A large amount of PS5 games I own are actually just remasters or PS4 games that run better on PS5. When I actually went and looked over my collection of PS5 games, I was surprised how few games are actually PS5 games. I mean, yes, they are released on PS5, but you know what I mean. Like, they were actually designed for this generation. Elden Ring, even though it runs so much better on PS5, did get a PS4 release. And even though people will say, oh, well, it doesn't count, it's not a PS5 game because it's actually just PS4. I'm like, yeah, but it runs like shit on the PS4, so... Whoa, what's that? What's that? What is that? Who did that? That was weird. It looked like he just kind of flew away. Oh, right, you guys gotta be attacked on the ground. That skeleton man is barely doing anything. Which is fair. It's fair. Oh yeah, that's right. He can come back to life. Anyway, this was just a bump in the road. Ah, there we go. I got a frosty, I got a frosty. Yar! Whee! Oh, I didn't avoid it. You just hit a random piece of debris, which apparently was enough to stop that flying purple bolt of death. Yay for random pieces of debris that can stop flying purple bolts of homing death. Speaking of homing death, did you see the new team up for Squirrel Girl and Marvel Rivals? Homing squirrels. She shoots a homing squirrel. I love it. A, because I use Squirrel Girl a lot, so I can see the value of that. It's going to be so useful. And B, because it's just so stupid. I mean, poor Tippy Toes, but still. That's going to be so awesome. They've also increased the speed of Nemora's projectiles, which I think is a crazy idea. He's already really powerful, so I don't know what they were thinking on that one. Yeah, you really want me to come closer to you? Yowza! I don't think I've ever done 5,000 HP damage in one shot with any of these builds before. Well, okay, not one shot, but you know, that's the damage the Ice Storm does. I should see what Chilling Mist does. Alright, so what are we going to do here? We definitely have to kill a couple guys to get through. I guess Renala would be an enemy of the Lich King, since she'd be representing the mages. But I don't want to. She's too easy. I mean, I need to get her later anyway, but I would rather get further. I can kill her at the start of next stream. How about that? I do not want to fight the tree. Surprisingly tricky. I'm making really good time anyway. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to get another chance to fight a tree, so I'll do you now. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, let's try this again. Ranker pot! Because Death Coil. That's it. So I found the pots were much easier to produce. And another one bites the dust. But again, they're always easy early on in the game. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Go, 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 go. I don't want to fight them. Damn it. Oh, okay. That was quick and easy. Just the way I like it. So, did anyone see the Jays sweep the Yankees in the last week? Or not last week. Sorry, I'm getting messed up again. Oh shit. Over the course of the week. That was fun. I mean, unless you're a Yankees fan, then I'm pretty sure it wasn't fun. And then again, everyone hates the Yankees if you're not a Yankees fan. Come on, stop being annoying. I need you dead. Oh, he got something. What the? My spell disappeared. You see that? It reduced the damage of the spell, and it like canceled. Interesting. Zaymor's Ice Storm is fun. Yeah, I don't care what you have to say. Ooh, right, I gotta activate some runes. Because another big part of Death Knights is that they have like a lot of HP and a lot of like... Really, to perfectly replicate how a Death Knight would work in Elden Ring rules, I need to have just like a crap ton of strength and dex and HP and everything, really. They're pretty much superhuman. So the great runes are my best bet to try and replicate that, but I'll do that off stream. I am in no need of any of that stuff yet. No, I don't want to fight you. No, wait, I can do this. Ooh, well, okay, that was a good idea. But it didn't kill him. Aw, I didn't want to kill the horse. You suck, but the horse... Actually, wait, I'm a Death Knight. Yes, I kill everyone. I'll just raise them again. Yay. Oh, wait, here's a great rune right here. I'm in the area. Might as well grab it. Ah, yes, the lone soldier. The lone guard. Is this a trap? You know, the first time I saw this, I knew it was a trap. I suspected. I wasn't fooled. I knew something was up. And really, just because, if you know the Dark Souls games, that's, I mean, well, it's also like D&D sense. I got really good at knowing when there's a trap coming around the corner, but combine that with Dark Souls sense, and just knowing how these games operate, it was pretty easy to see that there was a trap. However, at this point, I was like really high level, so these guys are nothing. And we're done. Yes, I know there's a gargoyle boss coming up, but again, servants of the Lich King. I know, I used one. Okay, it wasn't an actual gargoyle, it was one of those demi-humans, but they looked like the gargoyles in World of Warcraft, so that's why I used them. Didn't end up being much use anyway. For a guy that's flying and has a lot of ranged attacks, it was way too easy to knock him down. So yeah, that guy was not so great. That plague build was... I don't want to say it was bad. I mean, Poison Slash is actually surprisingly does a good bit of damage. Now, you're gonna force this, aren't you? Nope. Once I get up here, I am safe. Cutscene invincibility. Okay, let's see if I can do the skip. The last time I did this, I did it first time. And it'll save me from fighting Neil. Actually, this build will probably be just fine against Neil. Because Ice Storm is... There's a lot of, like, area abilities. It can actually work really well, so I probably shouldn't have to think too much about doing this. But, you know, I'm going by, so let's just see how it works. If it works... Now it works. Got a good running jump. Wait a second. Go! Yeah, and as the camera shoots down, jump to left. That was too early. Whatever, I don't fight servants of the Lich King. Definitely a servant of the Lich King. Literally an undead bird. Besides, there's a more interesting one later on in the DLC. But I wouldn't fight that one anyway. I mean, unless I have a lot of time to spare. Oh, you guys. Every time. God damn it. Well, like I said, it's faster to just respawn than it is to just fight them, so... Actually, no. Actually kind of funny how we're both summoning at the same time. Here's my summons, here's your summons. Shit falls. Get out of there. Oh, they killed the damn skeleton. Phew! He's a bit of a pest. I don't even think so. They have Howling Blast, which is... There's no sword blast. It just goes off like a cone. Freezing Aura? No. The one where they burst, do a freezing burst? I'm definitely not fighting this dragon with with a cold-based specialization. No way. They'll never freeze him. This would be a nightmare fighting him. He's a pain in the ass, even normally. With a character that's built for Frost against the Frost Dragon? No. You can keep your... Oh, you know, maybe I'll bring in the Blood... that's what the Blood Knights are for. Oh, great, another sniper crap. So yeah, Howling Blast, the one where they freeze things around them. You know, now I'm not so sure they actually have that many freezing spells abilities. Their actually next key ability goes in with Runic Strike to make him Rune Strike, to make him more powerful. Whatever. I only have 3 anyway. One area, which is good. Hoarfrost sort of takes the place of Howling Blast. And then, what was the third one? My third one, Chilling Mist, is sort of it's sort of on brand, basically. No, I didn't press that button. I wanted Skelly. Why did you... Where is... why can't I summon him? The summon sign's all the way back there? Finally, you little sucker. Don't dodge. Don't dodge my spells. Jeez, it damn near one-shot him. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, the skeleton's gone. Wow, this is going well. Well, that made up for it. Hey, it's only fair. How many times you've been blowing us away with lightning? Well, here's you're blowing you away with ice. Phew! Close call. Why did I point? I mean, that was really stylish. Good timing on all that, but I didn't do that. I was hoping the spell would hit him while he was in the air. Not again. Oh god. Oh, that got too close. Well, it looks like I am just gonna have to spam Zamor Ice Storm. I didn't want to, but it works. I don't know what to say. Behold the power of Zamor Ice Storm. I mean, 2 ice storms staggered him, and that, like, wow. I guess, yeah. I should probably stop with the whole. I don't want to stop the 2-handed axe stuff. It feels cheap to just stand there and. I mean, the Death Knight was more than just, you know, howling blast. Like, this is more Death Knight than that Zamor Ice Storm, but okay. Sorry, spamming Ice Storm again. I gotta stop being so dependent on that ability. Now, come on, Moog, I beat you fair and square. Just take the loss and go away already. Fine, Zamor Ice Storm. I mean, you already lost. You got lucky on the technicality, so. Oh, come on. That's always funny when that happens. Actually, he was already dead. I didn't notice. He died after the first ice storm. But I used it again just because, or I think, I don't know, maybe the health bar was right over the red fire, so I didn't really see it. Whatever, he's dead. But like I said, he was beat. He was lost. It was over. Wait, it didn't count? Are you freaking kidding me? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Now that is a technicality. That is a technicality. Like, for real this time. Not me just making excuses or jokes. Absolutely 100%. He was beat. And there have been many times when that happens with me, and it counts as a win. So this is the first time I've ever seen this happen, and it didn't actually count as a win. So you have to now die. No, 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 no. You are going down. You lost. If that was unfair. Come on, man. You know the referee. You know the ump gave you an unfair one. That's like a free ball or like a bad call on the walk or something. Literally the first time I've ever seen that happen. I've had plenty of times when I died on the final hit, and it still counts. And I still got the win, so that's the first time I've ever seen that. Because there's a bit of a trick there. You gotta wait for it to say legend defeated, and then hope you don't spawn away. Crap, I messed that one up. God damn it. That was going very well. She was done on that one. Sorry, 1 second, I got a brat that needs... No, why are you going in? I didn't press the button. Ah, fine, you can get killed. Shoot, I'm dealing with brats, with pests. Shoot. Sorry about that. My cat likes to chew these cords. Oh, you waited. Wow, she waited politely. That's she's still waiting. Holy cow, you are honorable. You're a very honorable woman. This is great. Hi, you're being nice about this. Oh, she got sick waiting. Well, hey, I gotta give it to her. She was being nice. Yay. But I just got lucky. I didn't do anything special. I just got lucky. That's it. That's all that happened. In that round, she used a lot of her regular attacks from the first phase. Anyway, she's beat. That's the stream. Whatever you want to take from it. I hope you enjoyed it either way. You know all the deal. Like, subscribe, notifications, because YouTube is not sending notifications anymore. In fact, don't wait for notifications. Go to my actual stream, my actual channel on YouTube to look for new videos and new stream schedules. Okay, YouTube is not helping out small streamers anymore, or even big streamers. Even the biggest streamers, unless it's like the absolute top tier, they're not. The algorithm is avoiding them now. So absolutely check my channel for news on new things and new videos. That's what you want to do. That's the best way to do it. Now,